Royal commentator and author of the book, Harry, Conversations with a Prince, Angela Levin, joins me now from Angela. Good morning to you, Angela. Good to see you again. I talked to you on the eve of their wedding, and we were anticipating that things would change dramatically for Prince Harry, and indeed they have. First of all, what are your thoughts on this? Where do you stand on whether or not this was the right call by the Duke and Duchess?
Well, I felt incredibly sad and incredibly frustrated and annoyed by it, really. I've seen Harry sort of deteriorate during his marriage and look much more, much sadder and more irritable, and sort of looking at Meghan a lot to make sure that what he was doing was okay, which was astonishing, really. I think that they're entitled to live their own lives. If they want to leave the royal family, they can do, but it's much more complicated that they've implied. But on the other hand, you have to respect your parents and your grandparents, surely, when you do something like that. And Harry and Meghan didn't discuss it. Well, Harry in particular didn't discuss it with his father, Prince Charles. He didn't discuss it with the Queen. And it's incredibly bad manners. There is a rumour that he actually asked to speak to the Queen about his status. And the courtiers said, no, he had to talk to Prince Charles first, which is relieving the Queen of more duties. After all, she's going to be 94 in April. But instead of which, you just press the button and out it all came. Very bad judgment. It's almost like teenagers stamping their foot and saying, you know, I am going out and I am going to be late, and blow you. I mean, it's not the way for senior royals to behave.
Okay, you've said a lot that I want to follow up on. And one of the things, Angela, that people keep saying is, they don't really believe that the royal family was that unaware. Do you think that they were as blindsided as that terse statement from Buckingham Palace yesterday suggested, or did they just, you know, plug their ears when Harry or Meghan had brought the subject up?
I think they had concerns right from before the wedding, and that's why they bent over backwards to make Meghan feel welcome. Prince Charles said to me directly that he was very fond of her and liked her very much, and he would go and see her. They were meeting each other regularly. And the Queen said that she could have any patronages that she wanted, so she could follow her feelings about women in society. And I think they did acknowledge that it was a very big step for her to come into the royal family. But Harry told me that he'd had long discussions with her about what would have been expected of her to make sure she was okay, because don't forget, he'd been dropped by two other serious gals that he was going out with before that. So he didn't want to be dropped. He wanted to make it very, very clear. And although theory is very different from practice, he certainly did his best. But I think the problem with Meghan, who's got many, many virtues, is that she hasn't understood the difference between celebrity and royalty, and there is a massive difference between them. Celebrities can pick and choose when they're going to be in the public eye. Royals have absolutely to have a sense of duty, and they can be criticised anytime, any day. It's not pleasant, but it does pass.
Do you think, Angela, that people are going to blame Meghan for this, and they're going to see her as the driver of this decision?
I think a lot of people are blaming Meghan because it seems that she won't compromise. Everything's got to be her way. Prince Harry said before the wedding, what Meghan wants, Meghan gets, and he's very, very keen to protect her and please her. However, it is also his fault. I mean, he's got to man up. He could say, I'm sorry, we can't do this without letting my father know, or without the Queen giving us a chance. We've got to wait till things are sorted. There's no reason why he couldn't put his foot down if necessary, or say, let's wait. I understand you want to leave with me. Let's just take it quietly, let's do all the negotiations away from the media. Look what a media bombshell they've opened. You know, every country in the world wants to know about it and is featuring this. I'm doing sort of 15 different countries today about what's happened. It's absolutely astonishing, and that would have been done maturely and quietly. But it was obvious they weren't happy. We saw that on their trip to South Africa.
Well, there's more to come, and we'll speak with you again, Angela. It is great to have you with us. Angela is a royal commentator and wrote a book on Harry called Harry, a biography of a prince. We'll talk to you again soon.